Hi, my name is Anthony Manousis, and I'm chair of the Affordable Supportive Housing Advocates, also known as ASHA. Our team started 3 years ago when we learned that Council Member John Kennedy wanted the City Council to decide on what to do with some city-owned land in Northwest Pasadena. It had been acquired with federal money for affordable housing, but it was vacant for over a decade. Kennedy asked the Housing Department for recommendation, and they said there was a huge need for housing homeless seniors. Kennedy then called a community meeting, polled the attendees, and 80% said they wanted affordable housing on this site. We advocates were thrilled. But some council members wanted commercial development, despite the huge need for affordable housing.
We reached out to churches and other supporters and encouraged them to speak out to city council members and urged them to use the land as intended for affordable housing. We prayed at this site. We prayed for it to be used to house our unhoused neighbors. We reminded everyone that we can end homelessness in our city, but it takes commitment and leadership.
We slept on the street in solidarity with our homeless neighbors who were sleeping in a parking lot on this site.
We prayed. We wrote letters. We overflowed the city council meetings.
In December 2018, the council finally listened and approved 60 to 75 units of supportive senior housing at Heritage Square South.
Yay!
Then we came together to support 68 units of supportive housing at the Salvation Army, and that was approved.
Yay!
We were delighted when Mayor Tornek suggested that the next step was to consider using the Julia Morgan YWCA building to house our homeless neighbors. We launched another campaign to help make that happen. We held vigils outside the building near City Hall and at the Jackie Mac Robinson Memorials. We held a big banner to let the passing public know what was being considered.
We prayed. We wrote letters. We met with lots of stakeholders. We flooded the virtual city council with letters.
This October, the City Council unanimously approved a new project across the street from the Y and next to City Hall. It will provide 112 units of affordable housing, with 10% set aside for those experiencing homelessness. Residents will be provided supportive services from Union Station. This was a huge victory, showing that our city cares deeply about our homeless neighbors and is willing to house them right next to our City Hall. Yay! We have an awesome team, and I'd like some of them to share their stories, starting with Sonia, a retired Deputy Attorney General who joined our team a year ago and has provided us with a wealth of expertise as well as a passion for justice.
Hi, my name is Sonia Burnt. I'm retired now after a 31-year career as a state attorney, and I'm a volunteer with Making Housing and Community Happen, as well as a member of one of its committees, the Affordable Supportive Housing Advocates, or ASHA. One of the things I love about ASHA is the teamwork involved in accomplishing our important goals. A few months ago, I was reviewing posts on the website Nextdoor, which I do periodically to correct misinformation about our unhoused neighbors. I noticed quite a few posts with wildly inaccurate information about our unhoused neighbors. For example, that the persons living on the street don't want to be housed. I brought this up at an ASHA meeting and said, I want to turn this into a teaching opportunity to give my housed neighbors correct information and perhaps even change the minds of some. Immediately, ASHA members Sean Morrissey, Director of Advocacy at Union Station Homeless Services, and Teresa Eilers, Field Organizer from Everyone In, said they'd like to help. They, along with Anthony and I, put together a virtual educational community program called Who's Next Door? A neighborhood forum on homelessness in Pasadena. We had 75 attendees, thanks to all of our members getting the word out. This example of teamwork to help change the narrative on our unhoused neighbors inspired me tremendously.
Fern also joined us a year ago, and she's been a real asset to our team, inviting people to join us and take part in all of our efforts. Fern, would you please share your story?
Well, a year and a half ago, I didn't know much about those in Pasadena who had to sleep on the streets or in their cars, and I knew less about what might be done to help their situation. I started attending vigils and going to city council meetings. After working with ASHA, I know more about our local government and the importance of attending city council meetings and making public comment. I've learned from experts in the field what successful supportive housing looks like and the obstacles we need to overcome to achieve it. I think families who've lived here for years and people who work here now should be able to afford living here, even if they make less than the median income. A diverse economic community brings riches to all. Working with this group of experienced and knowledgeable advocates continues to be enlightening and stimulating. I invite you to join us.
Thank you so much, Fern, for your enthusiasm. Now let's hear from Rita Kroll, a member of Pasadena Presbyterian Church, who used to be a director of mental health services for LA County.
How do we end homelessness? We know it's a major concern to people in Pasadena. They tell our city councilors that all the time. So how do good things happen? When people are shown that it's possible. When common folks speak truth to power. When we have smart, knowledgeable people who give their time and energy to spreading the word and holding feet to the fire until we get results. This is what ASHA has been doing and why I am so proud to be part of this amazing team.
My name is Amara. I'm the Housing and Homelessness Outreach Coordinator for Lake Avenue Church. I'm also the chair of the Faith Community Committee, which is part of the Partnerships in Homelessness in the city of Pasadena. And I support ASHA because I believe at the core of my faith that everyone deserves to be well taken care of and have a home. And I believe in the work that they're doing to make sure that happens all across the city.
Well, I'd like to ask Jim Osterling to share about why he's part of our team.
Thank you, Anthony. Hello, my name is Jim Osterling. I've been in the real estate development and finance business for over 40 years. I am part of a team that is currently developing 180 housing units in Pasadena, all of them affordable. I'm also a trustee and the current board president of Pasadena City College. At PCC, we are acutely aware that an alarmingly high percentage of our students are food and housing insecure. COVID-19 has only made the problem more severe. I'm energized by working with my fellow ASHA team members and inspired by the passion, commitment, and a faith-based, calm, and reasoned advocacy for affordable housing here in Pasadena. I'm delighted to offer my technical expertise to help this dedicated group advocate for more affordable housing. We've had many recent successes, and I'm looking forward to seeing the end result as new units of affordable housing are created for our residents.
Thank you so much, Jim. You're really an asset to our team, and we really appreciate you. Well, we're a faith-rooted organization, so I'd like Rick Cole to close with a reflection that's appropriate for this season. Rick used to be the mayor of this city and attend St. Elizabeth's Church. Take it away, Rick.
It's a universal story, one that could happen tonight in Pasadena. It concerns a man and his pregnant wife. After a long journey from their home, they arrive at last in the man's hometown, only to find there's no place to lay their heads. Tired, poor, and discouraged, they come at last to a crowded inn, and there's no room at the inn, so they ask, could they find shelter in the stable with the animals? Thus was the Prince of Peace born. Making housing and community happen is all about ensuring that everyone in our community has a place they can afford, a place to call home. Our successes are making a difference in the lives of our neighbors. My name is Rick Cole, and I ask you to join us, to support us, and together we can find room in our beloved community for all who need it.